Hey guys, so this is Victor, and I'm going to give you a nice example of quantum entanglement at the human level, at the macroscopic level. So quantum entanglement, if you saw my other short video, is when two particles, two things, become entangled, they become connected, and then after they are separated, that connection remains. And that connection defies all other physical laws. It is a non-local connection. So quantum physics is what actually proves this idea of non-locality, meaning the ultimate reality is beyond our physical world. So, whether you think it's heaven or nirvana or whatever, quantum physics basically says that, yeah, that's the ultimate reality. Plato said the same thing. Plato said we are just shadows on a wall. Ultimately, those shadows are cast from somewhere else, a non-local reality. So anyway, entanglement is when two things become entangled, become connected in our local physical world, but the connection is non-local. And so no matter how far apart they may be, no matter how fast they are moving, they remain connected. And we can see this because of when we act on one of these things, one of these particles, it actually influences the other, no matter how far apart they are. Now, at the human level, a really cool experiment is we take two people, we take two strangers, okay? If you take two strangers, you introduce them. Hi, my name is Victor, nice to meet you. And then we take these two people and we put them in Faraday cages. A Faraday cage is something that can block all known electromagnetic radiation, which means it can block all forms of known communication. Okay, everything is blocked. And so if I am in a Faraday cage, it's impossible to communicate with me. All right? And so now we have one person in one cage, one person in another. Now, if I take, we can take these devices and hook them up to our brains and monitor the brain waves. And then, for example, if you show me something, you show me a certain card, like a king of clubs, or you show me a baseball, it'll register certain brain waves on this device so that we kind of get an idea of how the mind responds to something. And this would be standard among everybody. Now, if these two people in these two different cages, they're in the two different cages, the devices are monitoring their brain waves. You show me some stimulus. You show one of the people some stimulus, like I said, like a king of clubs or a baseball or something. And then the other person, if there was a connection made, if the two people became entangled, the other person's brain waves will show the same response. This is an absolutely remarkable and very cool observation. And now, I mentioned, like, if I meet someone and I just shake their hand and I don't really make a connection. I mean, I meet them, but I don't really make a connection. We go into the cages, there will be no correlation. They show me a stimulus, it does not show up on the other person. They don't see any response from the other person. However, if me and that other person first sit down and start to engage in conversation, and we sit and we talk for an hour, we have a really good time, and we kind of bond. Now you separate us and put us into those cages, and then you will see that we stay connected. Whatever they show me, whatever kind of stimulus they show me, whether it's a baseball or king of clubs or something else, there will be certain brainwave activity. That same exact brainwave activity will show up on his end, on his device at the same time. He won't be aware of it. It's not like we're actively reading minds and being aware of it, but his device will show that connection. This is a repeatable experiment. This has been out for many decades. Of course, you don't hear about it, but anyway, it's a fantastic example that shows crystal clear how the idea of quantum entanglement does not only happen at the particle level, right? It happens way beyond that. Or at least you can see it manifested at the macroscopic level, at the human level. And it's quite interesting, quite cool. So that's one example of quantum entanglement. I have some other really cool stories, cool experiments I can show you or explain to you. Anyway, I hope that helps, and I hope that was at least entertaining for you. And I hope you enjoyed my walk through the forest here. It's just a beautiful afternoon. So anyway, yeah, thanks for listening.